Today, we're really digging into something huge, but often unseen. It's this quiet revolution happening in global supply chains, all driven by artificial intelligence.
Yeah, it's not just about tweaking logistics anymore. AI is fundamentally rewriting how goods move around the planet. It's like the invisible hand really getting an
An
upgrade.
upgrade, yeah. It's not flashy like, building a giant new port.
Exactly. It's more about making the ports we have work smarter, optimizing every little step from the factory floor right to your doorstep.
And this is so important because we're finally maybe moving past that chaos we saw a few years back, the pre-AI situation.
Oh, absolutely. That chaos, that brittleness. It's the perfect starting point for understanding why AI is such a big deal here.
And if you need just one example, think back to 2020, the great toilet paper run. Remember that?
Who could forget? That wasn't just logistics failing. It was fundamentally a behavioral failure that the system couldn't handle.
Right. Consumer panic basically broke the chain.
It's a textbook example, yeah. Painful, but textbook. It's the bullwhip effect. Human fear, the fear of missing out, that's what distorts everything.
How does that work exactly? The distortion?
Well, a manufacturer sees just a tiny bump in demand.
Right.
They get nervous, maybe they ration shipments a little.
Okay.
Then the retailers, the distributors downstream, they panic too. They think, uh-oh, shortage coming, so they double, maybe triple their orders just to be safe, to build their own little stockpile.
Okay. So a small blip at the consumer end becomes this huge wave further up the supply chain.
Exactly. That amplification, driven purely by human psychology, by that noise, completely swamps the real signal of what people actually need. The old system was it was reactive, brittle.
So AI's first big job, its core mission, you could say, is to be that calm, rational filter in the middle of all that panic.
That's it precisely. It needs to separate the real demand, the signal, from all that human-generated noise, the panic buying, the bullwhip. It has to break that psychological feedback loop.
Gotcha. So you're saying the whole strategy shifts then?
Fundamentally, the old way, reactive, guided purely by cost optimization, squeeze every penny.
Right.
The new AI-driven way, it's predictive, it's built for resilience. And the main goal shifts to risk mitigation. Avoiding those disruptions is now paramount.
Okay, so let's unpack how AI actually does that. Where does it start? The prediction part.
Yeah, let's call it the AI brain, predictive power. This is where AI has totally changed the game in demand forecasting.
Because old forecasting was just looking backwards.
Yeah.
Right. What did we sell last quarter?
Exactly. Purely historical sales data, which is fine, until it isn't. It's completely blind to sudden shifts, volatility.
Like a pandemic or a sudden trend.
Precisely. The intelligence now comes from machine learning, ML, being able to chew through massive amounts of unstructured data, stuff that isn't neat numbers in a spreadsheet.
Like what kind of data are we talking about?
Oh, all sorts. Social media buzz, what people are searching for online, news reports, weather patterns, even how people click around on a shopping website. It's trying to forecast intent. What are people about to want, not just what they bought yesterday?
Wow. And does it actually work? Is it more accurate?
The numbers are pretty staggering, actually. Companies using this kind of AI analysis, they're hitting forecasting accuracy up around 96%.
96. Compared to what?
Compared to maybe 66% accuracy for traditional methods, relying mostly on human judgment. It's a massive leap.
Huge. So like Walmart uses this.
Yeah, Walmart's a great example. They watch social media sentiment, predict surges for specific products, and adjust inventory before the sales data even confirms it. They're moving much faster.
And that accuracy must directly tackle the inventory nightmare. Holding too much costs money. Holding too little loses sales.
Exactly. Inventory optimization is a huge win. And we're way beyond simple automation rules here. We're in the deep reinforcement learning territory, DRL.
DRL. Okay, what's that in simple terms?
Think of it like an AI agent, maybe a deep Q network or DQN, that basically learns from its own actions. It tries different inventory strategies, sees what works, what doesn't, and gets progressively better at maximizing efficiency and minimizing costs over the long run.
Like a super smart manager running simulations constantly.
Kind of, yeah. But it's learning dynamically. It's incredibly useful for tricky stuff, like managing fresh food, where you're constantly balancing ordering enough against the risk of spoilage.
And the payoff. Is it quick?
Very. We've seen reports showing pretty commonly a 20% drop in stockouts. Sometimes even an 18% reduction in just the first 90 days after they turn the system on.
That's incredibly fast ROI.
It makes a massive difference to the bottom line.
Yeah.
But, the other big change is what it does to the human manager's job.
How so?
People we talk to in the industry call AI the watchtower. The manager isn't running around putting out fires anymore. Their role shifts. It becomes more about interpreting the AI's predictions, guiding the strategy. Predictive and prescriptive, not reactive.
I can see that. Especially with AI monitoring for disruptions, like you mentioned with risk mitigation. Predicting problems days out must be incredibly valuable.
It's game-changing lead time. Take Johnson & Johnson. They're monitoring something like 27,000 suppliers every single day, processing thousands of risk signals.
Wow.
And they claim they detect 85% of major potential disruptions a full week in advance. 7 days. That's gold in logistics.
Okay, 7 days is great, but only if the managers actually trust the AI warning, right? How do you get people to act on a prediction?
That's the million-dollar question, the management challenge. It takes a cultural shift and training. Managers need to learn exception handling, knowing what to do when the AI flags something unusual. It's a new skill.
And it helps with internal issues, too, like fraud.
Definitely. Intel's a good case.
Yeah.
They analyze, 3 million procurement transactions daily. The AI gets 96% accuracy spotting dodgy patterns, finding risk before it hits. That's the core of the whole risk mitigation strategy AI enables.
Okay, so that's the brain, the prediction, the planning. Let's talk about the nervous system, getting things moving. Automation, physical flow. Warehouses look totally different now, right?
Oh, unrecognizable. Forget the old fixed conveyor belts. That's static mechanization. Now it's intelligent automation. Meaning AI is the central controller, like an air traffic controller for robots. It's coordinating fleets of AMRs, autonomous mobile robots, plus robotic arms, vision systems.
AMRs, right. Those little bots scooting around.
Yeah. And the key word is flexibility. The AI makes the warehouse scalable, modular. It can literally reconfigure the layout, the logic, on the fly if there's a sudden demand spike for certain items.
And the results are better, faster.
Much. Picking efficiency gains of up to 70% are documented. Order accuracy, routinely hitting 99.5%, even 99.9%.
That's near perfect.
It gets pretty close. Look at Ocado, the UK online grocer. They're big automated warehouses. They use AI so intensely, they can pick and pack a 50-item customer order in under 5 minutes.
5 minutes? Seriously, that's insane. That changes everything for online retail.
It really does. And that intelligence doesn't stop at the warehouse door. It extends right out to the last mile. Dynamic route optimization.
So not just plotting the shortest route on a map once.
No, that's the old way. AI routing is constantly crunching real-time data. Traffic jams, accidents, weather, road closures, even how a particular driver tends to perform. It adapts the route during the chase.
And that's how Amazon manages, billions of fast deliveries?
Over 2 billion items a year with same or next day shipping. This dynamic routing is absolutely core to that capability. And companies doing this, like DocShipper, they report real savings, 22% faster transit times on average.
Okay, so robots in the warehouse, smart routes on the road. What about fully autonomous vehicles? Where are we with that, say, right now, late 2025?
Right now, it's kind of a two-front war, as we've been calling it.
Two fronts.
Yeah. First, autonomous trucking. That's mostly a technology race and a capital race. You see systems like Level 2, Level 3 driver assist becoming common. But full autonomy. Look at Aurora Innovation. They actually launched driverless commercial routes, hauling freight between cities back in Q2 2025. Logged over 20,000 driverless miles already.
Wow. That's happening now.
It is. Their big advantage is their LiDAR tech First Light, they call it. Lets the trucks operate safely at night, which basically doubles how much you can use the truck. Huge efficiency gain.
But the catch?
The catch is money. It is massively expensive to develop and scale this. Aurora reported losing something like $230 million in one quarter. So tech is advancing, but the economics are still tough.
Okay, that's trucking. What's the second front?
Drones. Drone delivery. That front is less about tech and more about regulations and, frankly, public acceptance.
The regulatory hurdles.
Exactly. The big breakthrough or potential breakthrough was the FAA proposal back in August 2025. It aims to streamline getting approval for BVOS flights.
BVOS.
Beyond visual line of sight. Meaning the drone can fly where a human operator can't physically see it. That's essential for delivery routes.
Makes sense.
But the really critical part of that proposal wasn't just the BVLOS rules. It was about liability.
How so?
It proposed shifting the legal responsibility away from an individual human pilot who might be miles away, or overseeing multiple drones and putting it onto the organization, the company running the automated system.
Oh, that's huge.
It's absolutely fundamental. That legal abstraction makes large-scale automated drone delivery a viable business model for big companies. It takes the personal liability off a remote operator. That's the tipping point, potentially.
Okay. Fascinating. So we've got the brain predicting, the nervous system automating movement. What about seeing everything? Visibility, trust. You hear about supply chains being black boxes.
Right, and AI is key to turning that black box into a glass box. Total transparency.
How does that work?
It's the combination, really. You have the Internet of Things, IoT, that's the senses, low-cost sensors, GPS trackers on everything, constantly beaming
The
data.
nerves, yeah.
And then AI is the brain analyzing that constant stream of data, spotting tiny anomalies, predicting issues before they blow up.
Like IKEA, I read they use sensors.
Yeah, IKEA is a good example. Connected sensors in containers. If the temperature spikes suddenly in a shipment of sensitive goods, they get an alert immediately. They can intervene, maybe reroute it, save the shipment, prevents huge losses.
That proactive element again.
Exactly. And the ultimate version of this visibility is the AI-powered digital twin.
Digital twin sounds futuristic.
It kind of is, but it's real. It's a live, functioning virtual replica of your entire warehouse or your whole supply network.
A simulation.
More than just a simulation. It's connected to the real thing via IoT data. DHL uses this. They build 3D models of their warehouses, feed in live data, and they can simulate how changes will affect workflow, optimize space, before they spend a cent on construction or rearranging the physical space.
Wow. That saves serious time and money. Okay, but visibility is one thing. What about trust? Especially with global partners you might not know with.
Huge issue, the trust deficit. This is where you see AI teaming up with another tech, blockchain.
Ah, blockchain. For the immutable ledger.
Exactly. Blockchain provides that tamper-proof record of everything that happens to a product, where it came from, who handled it, temperatures it saw.
And AI's role.
AI acts like the super auditor. It analyzes that trusted blockchain data, looking for inconsistencies, verifying compliance, flagging anything suspicious.
So examples?
Distributors uses it to track diamonds, ensuring they're conflict-free. Luxury brands, LVMH, Prada, others in the Aura consortium use blockchain and AI to guarantee the authenticity of high-value goods, often linked to NFTs. Fights counterfeiting.
Right, proving provenance. And the same tech stack applies to ESG, environmental, social governance stuff.
Absolutely. Logistics is a big carbon emitter, right? Around 7% of global greenhouse gases. AI offers a massive pathway to decarbonize.
How? Just by efficiency.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's often what some call an accidental benefit. Companies use AI route optimization mainly to save fuel costs.
Which also cuts emissions.
Exactly. The data shows AI routing typically cuts fuel consumption by 12 to 15%. That's a huge environmental win, even if the primary driver was cost savings.
A positive externality, as they say.
Precisely. And it works on the S and G of ESG, too. Ethics, governance.
Like choosing suppliers.
Yeah. Adidas uses AI analytics to vet suppliers against their ethical standards. Labor practices, sustainability, waste management. It helps them proactively manage those risks and ensure their values are upheld right down the chain.
Okay, this is all very tech-focused. But what about the people, the workers? Is AI just taking jobs in warehouses and trucking?
That's the common fear, but the evidence, it suggests something more nuanced, more like elevation of skills, not just replacement.
Elevation.
Yeah, there's a great quote from a Harvard expert we came across. Your job will not be taken by AI. You'll be taken by a person who knows how to use AI.
Ah, so it's about adapting.
Completely. The demand isn't necessarily for more PhDs in machine learning. It's for the AI translator. The person who understands the business and can interpret the AI's output, turn that complex analysis into smart decisions.
So the skills needed are changing fast.
Dramatically.
Yeah.
Forget manual data entry. The valuable skills now are things like data visualization, analysis, understanding the story the data tells.
And on the warehouse floor.
It's less about driving the forklift, more about robotics and automation exception handling, knowing what to do when the automated system hits a snag, how to fix it, how to get it back online quickly. That's the critical human role now.
Okay, but there have to be downsides, risks, this algorithmic shadow people talk about.
Oh, absolutely. We have to be realistic. Irresponsible deployment is a major liability. Bias is a huge one.
Bias in the AI. How?
If the AI learns from historical data that already contains biases, it doesn't just replicate them, it often amplifies them.
Like in hiring, maybe?
Or procurement. There was a big Stanford study. It found AI systems optimized purely for cost and efficiency ended up favoring big, established suppliers over smaller, newer, or diverse ones by a ratio of like 3.5 to 1.
Wow. So it locks out smaller players unintentionally.
Exactly. In its quest for efficiency, it reinforces existing market concentration, reduces diversity. Same thing can happen with delivery routes. AI might inadvertently prioritize wealthier neighborhoods if optimizing purely for speed or cost, neglecting others.
And cybersecurity must be a nightmare, too.
It's escalating. Systems managed by AI saw 47% more cyber attack attempts in 2024 compared to older systems, more complex systems, more potential attack surfaces.
So how do companies manage these risks?
Through responsible AI frameworks, RAI, it's becoming crucial. Key ideas are things like explainability, making sure the AI's decisions aren't just a black box. You need to understand why it made a choice.
Right. Not just trusting it blindly.
And controllability, keeping humans in the loop. Having the ability to override the AI, to steer it, especially in critical situations, you can't just hand over the keys entirely.
Okay, so looking ahead then, beyond 2026, what's the next big leap? Fully autonomous everything.
That seems to be the trajectory. Three key pieces coming together potentially. First, quantum AI.
Quantum computing for supply chains.
Yeah, specifically for solving those insanely complex optimization problems, NP-hard problems that current computers just choke on. Like truly optimizing a massive global fleet in real time. Projections are maybe another 15% boost in forecast accuracy just from quantum.
Okay, quantum's the engine. What else?
Second, agentic AI. Gartner's calling this the #1 trend. Think of it as a virtual workforce of specialized AI agents that can plan, reason, negotiate, and act independently to achieve goals. Less human oversight needed for routine cross-functional tasks.
Virtual AI employees, almost.
Sort of, yeah. Making decisions across departments without needing human approval for every step.
And the third piece, the result for us, the consumers.
Hyper-personalization, that's the goal. Combining all this predictive power and automation flexibility to deliver things like custom packaging, tailored delivery windows, unique product bundles, all cost-effectively at massive scale. The Amazon experience, but on steroids and for everything.
Okay, so pulling this all together, what's the big strategic takeaway from this AI revolution in supply chains?
The big picture shift is clear. Risk mitigation is trumping pure cost optimization. That's the new mantra in boardrooms.
And we see that reflected in plans for more local supply chains.
Exactly. That forecast, 58% of execs planning to make their supply chains more local, more regional by 2030, that's driven by wanting resilience, wanting to cut risk.
But localization is usually more expensive, right? Higher costs.
It is inherently. Labor is often more expensive, maybe materials too. And this is the crucial final point, AI is the technology that makes this resilience strategy economically feasible.
Oh.
Because all those invisible efficiencies, AI delivers the 20% less inventory sitting around, the 15% fuel savings, the ability to predict disruptions. Those savings offset the higher base costs of localizing. AI is what makes resilience affordable. It's the economic engine enabling the strategic shift.
Got it. AI pays for the shift towards safer, more resilient networks. Which leaves us with a final thought, maybe a bit of homework for you, the listener.
Yeah, a provocative one. If these agentic AI systems are going to be making complex decisions independently,
and the regulators, like the FAA, are shifting legal responsibility from the human operator to the corporation running the AI.
then what does human accountability even mean when something goes horribly wrong in a future fully autonomous supply chain? Who is ultimately responsible when there's no single human decision to point to?
Something to chew on.